Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Kenny Lamons here with Medicare Millennials. And today I want to talk about what you can do for this upcoming AEP or Medicare open enrollment season. It's right around the corner. It's going to begin, of course, you can start marketing plans October 1st, October 15th through December 7th. The rush is on. All you new agents are going to be out there trying to collect your first enrollments. All you recurring agents are going to be re-enrolling people, trying to save clients as well as bringing on new clients. So I'm just going to lay out just a really broad roadmap on what that can look like, both leading up, because the preparation time is now. Preparation time was a couple of months ago in some ways, which I'll discuss, but I'm going to lay out a roadmap on what it should look like over the next couple of months for you, okay? First and foremost, if you're a brand new agent and you don't already have an FMO picked out, you're going to need one. So whether you're selling Medicare onto something you already do, or you're a brand new agent, you need to quickly begin researching FMOs that you feel like you can trust, okay? The only pointers I'll give on that is reach out to several of them. Trust your gut, because I don't care what an FMO offers you. That's all great. But really what's most important is trust and relationship. We've all been burned a time or two in this business, or if you haven't yet, I want you to be able to avoid it by just working with an FMO. I love my FMO, but it's taken a lot of time. I've had a lot of bruises along the way to get there, okay? So if you're brand new, you're going through licensing, you're about to do your AHIP, already be reaching out and asking, just ask other agents, hey, who's your FMO? What do you like and not like about them? And then get in touch with them and shop them around. Okay, great. So let's jump into it. Obviously, number one is to complete your AHIP. So I've already done a whole video on this. You can go through one of the carrier links, get a $75 discount, I believe. Yeah, most of them do $50 discount. Maybe some of them do a $75 discount. But regardless, whether you're a brand new agent or you're a returning agent, we have to do the AHIP every single year. Again, I'm going to encourage you to slow down and take your time. Even if you've already done AHIP before, don't just Google all of the answers and speed through it. Because in my opinion, compliance and marketing is confusing. Educational seminar versus sales seminar versus over the phone appointment, what are the do's and don'ts? In-person appointment, the do's and don'ts. Can I knock on this door? Can I leave this card? It is not a crystal clear picture. But the best resource we have is not a Facebook group. Unfortunately, I mean, that's all grand if you use that to get some information. But the best source of information that we have about this stuff is actually the AHIP, okay? And so I want you to take your time. Not only will it teach you a lot about the mechanics of Medicare and Medicare Advantage, which is great from a technical sales perspective, but it's going to help you get some guardrails for marketing. I wish I would have slowed down and paid more attention to it early on like I do now. Okay, so do your AHIP. Number two, once you finish the AHIP, you still have to get carrier certifications. So for those of you that are already selling, don't forget about one-off smaller carriers that you only have 3 or 4 or 5 clients with, because you still want to maintain the renewal even from a carrier you don't sell often, so you have to recertify and be ready to sell to continue to get your commissions with all the carriers that you have clients with or plan to sell. Also, I'm a big advocate of focusing in on the minimum necessary amount of contracts that you have to get, right? So like we don't want to get 50 non-resident licenses and 100 different plans to sell. I get that. But especially if you're focused in one given area, you never know when a smaller or a lesser carrier is really going to make a splash and improve their plans. So if they're a player at all where you sell, I encourage you to at least go through their certification process and have them as an option in case they really make a splash and grow in your market. So you got to do your carrier certifications. Now, by this point, you should have already either selected your FMO or you know that you're going to renew with the same FMO, because if you've already done your AHIP or you're about to do it, by the time you get done with it, a lot of carriers are going to be in a blackout period. So if you're brand new, you can still contract. But if you've already sold in the past, you already have contracts in place, it's likely with most carriers too late or getting close to too late for you to switch FMOs. That's okay. You can still reach out and get to know and develop a relationship for after AEP, but you're likely going to have to stay committed to where you're at from this point on in most scenarios. Reach out via our website, MedicareMillennials.com, if you have questions about that. Okay. The next thing that you want to do is after you finish your carrier certifications, that's another thing you want to slow down and take your time on because every carrier is different. Some of the information is going to be repetitive from AHIP or other carrier recertifications. It'll be duplicate information, but a lot of it will be specific to their products and your specific regional market. So slow down. I need my FMO to teach me everything. Well, guess what? Your FMO is probably nationwide or at least covering a whole state. They're not specialized in the plans right in your backyard necessarily. Therefore, it's your responsibility to focus in on what the carrier provides you through their certification process to teach you about their enrollment platform, their specific products for your region. Which leads me to my next point, which is once you've done your certifications, develop a relationship with your carrier rep for each carrier you're going to represent. So if you're going to do Humana WellCare and United Healthcare, then you need to know who's the regional carrier rep that you can develop a relationship with now so that you can ask them questions that are carrier specific. But I also want you to sign up for the geographically specific product rollouts for any area you plan to sell in. So if you live in Denver, I guarantee you there will be both in-person or webinar style product rollouts where the carrier is going to put on, hey, here's what's changing. Here's the plans we're taking away. Here's the plans that are staying the same. Here's the brand new plans we're releasing. And you're going to have the insider knowledge. Like you're going to be able to look at that information, talk to a carrier rep, and you're going to know, wow, anyone I run into with that had this plan this year is going to be, that's an opportunity because that plan's going away. I need to help them migrate to something new. Or maybe traditionally there hasn't been a great dental benefit on an MAPD plan for you, but one of the carriers is coming out with a plan that's just a slam dunk when it comes to dental and vision benefits. 90% of the time they're not as great as advertised, but just humor me here. Let's say they come out with a dental benefit that's actually useful. You need that in your back pocket because some people, whether you like it or not, are making their decision based on can they get some help with some dental work. That's just one example of why signing up for these product rollouts is going to give you the leg up on who to target, the insider information on putting clients in the best situation, and it's going to lead to more referrals and longer lasting, a book of business that actually is a book of business, which means people don't roll off of it every 30 days because you made great recommendations based on their needs. Okay, I'm going to roll through these last three pretty quickly. The fourth thing you want to do if you already have clients, you should be maintaining contact with these people, your clients throughout the year, but particularly leading up to AEP. A couple of months before, and then like the end of September or early October, that's kind of too late, or late September, they should be receiving a postcard from you, a letter from you, a phone call from you, a text message from you to everyone in your book of business. If you've only got 50 clients, congratulations, that's not going to be that hard. You can maybe even personalize some letters to sell them, and you certainly owe them each a phone call. It's going to do several things for you. It's going to dramatically increase your persistency because they're going to think to call you instead of responding to the bombardment that they're going to have during AEP. And number two, they're going to think to refer you to their family, friends, other people turning 65, somebody at the senior center that's complaining about their plan. Since you maintain that touch with your book of business, you're going to get the referral, okay? And then the last thing actually that two more things. Plan for your leads. So if you're doing direct mail leads, we know that returns are, depending where you live in the country, are already down because Medicare just gets bombarded with advertisements. Particularly during the annual enrollment period, lead costs are high, return rates are low, the market's saturated with all kinds of advertisements, TV, phone, social media, mail. So you've got to plan ahead. Get with your mail house and start planning your drops well ahead of time. If you've got it in your budget, expand your data and mail more people because your returns are going to be lower than you think. If you mail your own stuff, you need to start planning now because you're competing with the big dogs who are just bombarding these people with mail. The last thing that I'll recommend for those of you who did stick around to the end as we lead up to AEP is I would encourage you, if possible, if you've got the mental capacity, to go ahead and get ACA certified. Go to do the FFM certification. I'm telling you, there were so many dozens of people I would walk into, I would help with the Medicare, and another family member right then and there had questions or wanted help with ACA. And I either referred it out or just told them, hey, sorry, I don't do anything with that. Here's the thing. If nothing else, it's going to strengthen your Medicare book of business. And it's going to generate a pipeline of people who are going to refer you to other Medicare and ACA clients and also age into Medicare later on. I've really softened up to ACA. I've been doing a lot more of it than I ever have in the past. It's a fun market. These people really need the help. In most states, in most scenarios, you got a ton of people losing Medicaid, or the threshold for people to get a subsidy is so much higher these days, you can help a lot more people. So look into ACA certification, which is through the FFM. I'm not even going to go into what all that stands for right now. Reach out to me if you're interested in adding ACA. I can help you out, give you a little bit of guidance, tell you what's worked for me so far and how it's helped me generate a lot of life insurance business as well as other Medicare clients on top of the commission and bonuses that you get from ACA. I hope this was helpful. I'll have more videos talking about the most important time of the year for us health agents, which is open enrollment both for Medicare, and shortly after that begins the open enrollment period for ACA. So good luck. We'll talk to you later.